Good evening. The news summary for this Tuesday, 10th of June. Work is underway by the Property Management Corporation, PMC, to upgrade water systems in several housing estates, starting with the W10 area of Perseverance. The aim is to replace old water pipes that run through walls, something that has made repairs difficult in the past.
PMC's customer advocate Linda Filoe-Bristol says the work focuses mainly on replacing pipes in kitchens and bathrooms. But progress has been slow in some cases because workers can't always get access to homes. The corporation says they are doing their best to coordinate with tenants based on their schedules. At Perseverance, cluttered living spaces are makeshift, drainage system remain a concern. At Ex-Olivier in Mobixton, conditions appear better. Through-meter rooms are being misused for storage, including beds, which is against regulation. Similar problems are reported at Limamel, where some residents are placing beds in corridors or even outdoors. PMC also raised concern over vandalism and misuse of fire services water connection, especially at Mangli Estate in Poglo, where this connection has to be cut off due to people using them to wash cars. Meanwhile, at Baba Estate in Plaisance, a major renovation project is ongoing with cost estimate at 7 million rupees. PMC says they continue to face challenges but remain committed to improve living conditions across the estate.
Today's session at the National Assembly began with a P&Q from the leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet. His question focused on contractors working with the Landscape and Waste Management Agency, LWMA, particularly raising concerns about irregularities in the tendering process. He questioned the reasons behind delays in awarding contracts and pointed out discrepancies between the scale of work and the payments being made. Vice President Ahmed Afif attended the session in place of Environment Minister Flavien Joubert. He noted that the question involved technical aspects that lacked sufficient detail and clarity for LWMA technicians to give a comprehensive response. The LWMA's chief executive, Shane Emily, said that only two specific cases had come to his attention. In one case, a bidder was informed that he was not eligible to proceed to the second phase of the tender process and was advised of his right to pursue the matter in court. In the second case, the bidder failed to meet the required criteria and was therefore disqualified. Following last week's announcement on the restructuring of secondary education, the Minister for Education, Dr. Justin Valentin, was in the National Assembly today to answer questions on a wide range of issues relating to his ministry. In particular, the Ins Royal MNE's question was a follow-up of Dr. Valentin's question. MNA Lumiel referred to the high-level impact teaching for academic students, and she asked Minister Valentin to provide more details. In his response, Minister Valentin said that the high-level impact teaching was a call to alert teachers, raise awareness of international methods to ensure that students do better at school. Dr. Valentin discussed two modern strategies his ministry is introducing. The first is social emotional learning. This is a strategy that addresses a child's emotions, and psychological situation. The second is ethics education, a teaching method that values differences and diversity among students. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Roger Moncienne, has suspended the opposition leader, Sébastien Pillet, from tomorrow's session. The suspension follows remarks made by Mr. Pillet this morning during a question and answer session with Vice President Afif, who was standing in for the minister responsible for the environment. The Speaker said that in such circumstances, an apology would suffice, but he added that usually this is not done with sincerity. Speaker Mossiens said that he therefore had no choice but to suspend Mr. Pilet. Bernadette Furneaux has been sworn in as a new electoral officer in a ceremony at State House this morning. She replaces Wendy Didon, who was occupying this position before she was appointed as the chairperson of the Election Commission in March of this year.
It was in the presence of the President of the Republic, the First Lady, the Principal Minister, members of the Constitutional Appointment Authority and the Electoral Commission, as well as her daughter, that Bernadette Furneaux, the new Electoral Commissioner, took her oath of allegiance to the Constitution as well as her official oath.
In accordance with the Constitution of Seychelles, as by law established, and in accordance with the laws of the Republic, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. So help me God.
With about 40 years of experience of working in both government and the private sector, Mrs. Furneaux expresses her desire to contribute to the Electoral Commission, especially in light of the elections happening later this year. She emphasizes her commitment to maintaining a high level of integrity throughout her tenure and aims to ensure that the elections remain fair, transparent, and just.
Experts from the Indian Ocean Commission's CGSE Youth and Sports Commission are meeting in Seychelles. They are finalizing the various sporting events that will be featured in the upcoming games, which will be held in Mahe from the 28th of July to the 10th of August. The meeting is taking place at the Berjaya Beauvallon Bay Hotel until the 13th of June. On Thursday, the CGSE sports ministers will visit all the venues that will host the sporting events. The first accused in the Arms and Prevention of Terrorism case, Mukesh Valabi, continued to represent himself in court today. He presented photographic evidence to show that witnesses have not spoken the truth when testifying about the search at his residence at Mont Blanc. This is particularly relevant to areas secured by keys, where the police claim to have found weapons and to have had to break down doors and force open safes.
Mr. Valabi says when he was arrested on November 18, 2021, coming back from Félicité, he was carrying his usual blue travel bag containing his laptop, keys to his residence and office at Mont Blanc, and medicines. Since his arrest, he has not seen his laptop or keys again. The police claim to have discovered weapons in safe and other places at his residence, but Mr. Valabi argues there is little evidence that the police had to break doors or force open safe as other keys exist in his office. He also referred to police photos showing cases on the floor in the wine cellar, which he says were not there when he last checked on November 15 before his trip to Félicité for his daughter's birthday. Yesterday, a defense lawyer, Kiran Shah, offered to defend Mr. Valabi, but requested until mid-next month to review and prepare the case thoroughly. The judge considered the request excessive given the case's progress, allowing only 1 week, but the lawyer insisted that this time would be insufficient, and representing the client without adequate preparation would be irresponsible.
Seychelles authorities have begun an operation to extract fuel from the Sadal, which sank near Ile-de-Romainville on May the 28th to limit the risk of pollution. The fuel pumping operations are being coordinated between the Seychelles Ports Authority, the SMSA, ship representatives, marine insurers, and the specialized salvage team. The Comorian-flagged vessel, Sadal, sunk after capsizing while anchored east of Ile-de-Romainville. This critical phase of the intervention should be completed by June the 12th, weather permitting. However, the recovery of the Sadal wreck is expected to be longer and more complex. According to a press release from the Maritime Safety Authority, this will require in-depth studies to ensure the preservation of the marine ecosystem, which could delay the operation by several months. And the primary school students in northern Mahe who are part of the hospitality group, attended a lecture organized by the Hilton Labries Resort and Spa in collaboration with the Ministry of Education. The lecture is related to hospitality clubs in schools. It aims to create a strong relationship between primary school students and Hilton Seychelles professionals through a platform where students can engage with the various leaders of the organization. In the two-day lecture, Hilton leaders presented their roles and duty to motivate young people to join the hospitality industry, and students were able to ask questions about the different jobs that the organization has to offer and also get clarification on some issues they had had. And with this, we end this news summary. Have a very pleasant evening.